Alright, so this is the second tutorial that we will work on in SketchUp. We will be building a doghouse today. If you would, click on the template arrow there and make sure we're in simple template feet and inches. Make sure that's selected and click Start Using SketchUp. Once you get there, if there are any pop-ups, just exit out of those. Go ahead and take Uncle John and tap Delete on him. Remember, it's very important to save this on your network profile. Okay, I'm going to label this Doghouse 1. Okay, and hit save. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do, we want to make the grass base here. Alright. And so we're going to take our rectangle, start at the point of origin, click one time, pull away, and click one more time. Remember, we don't have to click down here. We're going to type in 10 feet, comma, 10 feet, and enter. Alright, so you should have a 10 feet by 10 feet square. Alright, make sure that is 10 feet. Look down here, the length, and the length there, 10 and 10. Alright, so this will serve as our grass for our doghouse. Right. The next thing that we want to do, kind of make your screen do, your square do a little something like this where you can see the face over there. We're going to make the base of our doghouse. Now, we're going to put a three-sided fence on this later, so we want to make sure when we put the base of our doghouse on our grass, it's not hanging off or it's not too close to the lines here. So we want to be somewhere in here. Okay. So if you would, make sure you have your rectangle selected. So we will click, I will click about right in here. Okay, and click one more time, and we're going to make this 5 feet by 3 feet. Okay, and so you see 5 apostrophe comma 3 apostrophe, and I tapped enter. So we have a 5 by 3 doghouse, or doghouse base. Now take your push-pull tool. Okay, make sure the base of the doghouse is selected. Click and pull up. We want to pull that up by 3 feet. Okay, so 3 feet there. Check that out. Looks good. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do, okay, we're going to start our roof. So you want to take your line tool, find the midpoint. Okay, see there, I landed on the midpoint. Okay, click one time. Midpoint over there, click again. Now we have a line going straight down the middle of our doghouse. Alright, now take your selection tool there. Okay, let's click on this blue line here. Alright, then we're going to take our move tool. First, I'm going to kind of orbit up right here. Okay, this is kind of the perfect view that you want. We're going to lift this up and create a pitch here on our roof. Okay, we're going to lift that up by 18 inches. So you want to make sure you grab this end point here, and you want to come up on this blue axis. Okay, so when I click and I pull up, you notice I'm on the blue axis. Now, if you are not on the blue axis and your roof looks something like this, it is not going to be symmetrical, and later on you're going to find that it's not going to work very well. Okay, so I've pulled up. Alright, I'm going to let go, and I'm going to type in 1, 8, and enter. Alright, so you notice something down here. I didn't put the quotation mark in. By default, if you put in a number, SketchUp assumes you mean inches. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to put in the quotation mark for inches down there. Okay, so I have pulled that up by 18 inches. I can deselect that line there. And now let's add a little bit of thickness to our roof there. We're going to take our push-pull tool. Alright, very important thing here. You want to hold down Control. Okay, notice a plus sign pops up. Then click with your left mouse and pull away. Alright, now so we're suggesting a direction here, and we want to make that, we want to pull that out by 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to type 4 and enter. Okay, so you notice that there. Okay, looking good. we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so hold down Control, pull up. Well, let me Control do that. Hold down Control, pull up, and tap 4, and enter. Alright, so your doghouse should look something like this now. Alright, now we want to bring this to a point here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, pull down. Okay, I want to take and this is the part where if you did not pull up on the blue axis, you're going to see that these sides are not going to match up. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. Alright, the controls do that. Okay, oops. Okay, I'm going to pull this up here. Okay, and if I just simply hover over this other side, it will lock in right there, and I don't have to worry about getting it perfect. Alright, suggesting a direction, hover over on the face here and let go, and so I can zoom in here and there are no cracks there. Okay, I can take my eraser, and most of the time it will let you erase these little lines for you OCD people out there. Okay, I would be one of them. So alright, moving on along here, we're going to come back around and we're going to add some overhangs. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is grab your push-pull tool. You might want to orbit around here and grab the push-pull tool so you can pull out a little bit. Alright, we're going to pull that out by 4 inches as well. Alright, and you should be able to double click all the way around and it will pull everything else out by 4 inches. Okay, so if I go around here, you can see that I have an overhang all the way around. Alright, looking good so far. Now, the next thing we want to do, let's draw a door on the front of it. Alright, I'm going to orbit around here and we are going to create our door. Let's use the line tools because we can. So you want to make sure you're on edge. This is going to be kind of free-handed here, so make sure you're on edge though. You can make this door as big as you want, but we're going to put a half circle on the top, so be aware of that as well. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go up. Remember to stay on the blue axis there. Make sure you're symmetrical. I want to come up to about right here. Okay, I'm going to go across, just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Click there, and then I'm going to go down. Remember, blue axis, I'm on edge, and there's my door. Okay, so let's take this 2-point arc. Okay, I'm going to click one time on this corner and let go. Click one time on this corner and let go. Okay, and then I'm going to right to the middle here, and you can see this thing will snap right there on the half circle. Okay, and that's where you want to end. That's where you want to land there on the half circle. Alright, and so the next thing that we'll want to do is to push-pull this. Okay, let's push this in by 4 inches again. Okay, and double click on that, pushes it in by 4 inches, and we have our door. Alright, looking good. So now let's go and play with the paint bucket for a while. Alright, so with our paint bucket, we have all kind of different options here. The first thing that we want to do is look at our roof here. Okay, so with our roof shingles, I can click on the shingle there that I like. I'll click on that one. Okay, and there we go. Alright, so I have shingles. Now my overhangs, if I want to color them a certain color, okay, and do a little something like that, I can do that. You don't have to kind of go all the way around there. I have to zoom in. Okay. Go all the way around, and I'm just using all kind of different colors here. Make this whatever color you wish. Okay, just make sure you get everything colored underneath there for your overhang. Okay, and I think I got everything. Yeah, where's it? Oh, whoa, that's one spot here. There you go. Alright, and so for your side, you can have siding, you can have brick, whatever you want there. Okay, moving on around. Okay, and there we have our siding, okay, or our brick. And for the door, I'm just going to make it black. Okay. So I'll go all the way to the bottom here. You can paint this any color that you want. Okay, and there is that. Alright, so that completes coloring our doghouse. And now I'm going to add some vegetation. Let's add some grass there. Okay. And there's our grass. Okay, so the doghouse should look like this. We have the trim colored. Right, we have the shingles and the brick, the vegetation as well. Alright, so now let's make a food and water bowl here. And take your circle tool. See what? Let's hop in and zoom in here. Turn around. Take your circle tool, and I'm going to put my food bowl right here. I'm a 6-inch radius. I'm going to tap 6 and enter. Okay. You might want to zoom in there. We're going to push pull that. And let's go, 6 is a little too much. I'm going to control Z that. Let's go 4 on that. Okay. So I'm going to pull that up by 4 inches. And so now we are going to use our offset tool. Okay. So I'm on edge there. You see that's highlighted with the blue dots there. So if I click one time and pull away, let's offset that by 2 inches. Okay. I'll tell you what, let's go 1 inch. 1 inch looks a little better there. So I'm offsetting that by 1 inch. And so the next thing we want to do, we want to push pull this down, and we can take this down by 3 inches. So tap 3 and enter. Okay. So you have a nice little food bowl there. Okay. And take your paint bucket, and I'm going to go with a metal pattern here. Okay. And click all around there, and I've created a food bowl. Alright. So one thing we always use for food is gravel, as crazy as that sounds. You can throw some gravel in there. It looks like food. I would never feed my dog gravel, but it does kind of look like food there. So, alright. And next, let's do our water bowl. So let's take our circle tool. Same thing. Add this wherever you want to. So you're going to take your circle tool for the water bowl. You're going to click here. Come out by 6 inches. Okay. And you're going to want to raise that again by 4. Take your offset tool. Okay, come out 1 by 1 there. Push pull down by 3 and enter. And change it up a little bit. We'll go with metal rough here. Okay. And you can add some water. Okay. And if you want a lot of water and a lot of food, you can do something like that. Alright. So you have a food and water bowl. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is add a dog to our scene. If you will click on File, 3D Warehouse, and get models. In the search box up here, you can type in dog, hit enter. If you'll scroll down all the way to here in the center, click download. Yes, load this directly into SketchUp. And you can set your dog there. Remember that scale tool that I was telling you about? You can make your dog bigger or smaller. Okay. Just leave them that size right there. And you can go to 3D Warehouse and include a tree or anything else you would like, but all I'm requiring is a dog right now. Okay? Alright, so let's build our fence. So we're going to build a fence on 3 different sides here. Grab your rectangle tool. You'll want to click on this edge and let go. Click on this edge and let go. Okay, and come straight up. And you'll click and let go one more time. And so we're going to type in 5 apostrophe comma 10 apostrophe enter. Okay, and there is one fence up. So if you would like to go ahead and put a fence there, click on that. You can use anything you want there, fence wise, doesn't matter. So I kind of like that one, so I'll use that. Alright, so we'll ease on around here and do the same thing with this side. Okay, so we will make another wall here. Let me get the zoomed in and right. Okay, so you'll do the same thing all the way around. Okay, come up. Alright, if you touch that, you may be able to get that lined up a little better there. Okay, so I'm going to rotate around. That looks good. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to come here, click here. I'm going to touch that corner, come down to there, and click. Okay? Alright, so I can put the rest of my fencing in here. Orbit on around. And one more time, I believe here I will have my last piece of fence to put in there. And so we have a completed doghouse with a fence that goes on the 3 different sides there. Alright, so that completes our doghouse tutorial.